Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm so excited for this one because in this video, we're discussing burning questions regarding the law of thought transmission. I wanted to I wanted to talk about some burning questions that I have been receiving lately that are very good. They're very good questions, and I think that it's going to provide some clarity and hopefully some overall peace. So let's get into it. I haven't written anything down for this video, but just off of the top of my head, there are some comments regarding language. So like if you don't know the language of the other person that you're trying to manifest, also like if you can be, do, or have anything, like why would you want to, like why would a relationship not work out? And then the third one being, oh my gosh, what is it? Oh, if you're feeling guilty for manifesting a specific person. Let's start with that one first. Okay. So, you have found this channel. You've probably heard about the law of attraction or the law of assumption. Most people that are watching this video, if you're new here, hello. But if you don't know what I'm referring to when I say the law of thought transmission, which is something, it's a concept that was made popular by Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard is a very influential person who received a lot of ideas and concepts of the Bible, the original translation of the Bible, and he basically modernized it and made it more understandable for like Americans and people all over the world who ever read his books. The law of transmission, the law of thought transmission, simply stating that your thoughts, you're basically just this big signal and your thoughts are being transferred to other people. You can essentially get people to do what you are saying in your mind. They can reflect those words, those thoughts, those visualizations. Okay, so when it comes to feeling guilty, let's say you've got somebody in your head, your mind, and there's this back and forth because this debate, because we don't necessarily control people, right? This is a belief that you can either agree with, you can accept as true, or you don't have to accept that. You create your own reality. And I really do feel like I'm going to be saying this sentence a lot throughout this video because it is such an important statement. It's a very simple statement to say. It just rolls off the tongue, but it means so much. And the fact that you create your own reality implies that you can accept things to be true or not. If it resonates with you, you can accept it. If it doesn't resonate with you, you're not in alignment with it and you don't have to accept it. Okay? So what I've noticed, and from my experience, especially like feeling bad for wanting to control someone or feeling like you might be doing something wrong if like you're thinking about a thought and having them talk to you and having them do something for you. Okay, I'm gonna leave a link to the video that I just did about like how I manifested money from family relative or relative, whatever. So hear me out. Hear me out. A lot of people are doing this on autopilot. They are doing this by default and they don't understand that they are attracting specific people. And I just want to be very clear that there should not be any type of guilt or shame or worry about manifesting a specific person. First off, let's look at the stats, right? Because we all love stats. The amount of people on this earth that they tell us that it's like 4 billion, I don't even know. I actually don't even know. It could be way more than that. The amount of people on this earth, for you alone to be interested in another person, for that person to come into your reality and you've already met them, and I'm talking specifically for specific people. If that person has already come into your life, what are the odds? The sheer desire of you wanting to manifest that specific person, the odds are outrageous. If you've found this channel, the odds, the amount of people, social media, for you to be watching this video right now, it's very hard to measure. It's so hard to measure. And this goes into self-concept as well, because for somebody to be in your life is an absolute honor and blessing. If you decide that you want to manifest let's say a romantic relationship in this case, with a person that you have met in your reality, they have literally won the lottery. Like, they have won the lottery. My cat is eating right below me, okay? She's eating her food. I'm marinating on that for a little bit. I just feel like the amount of abundance that we have is beyond our comprehension, and that's where infinite intelligence, that is where God kicks in. There are some things that we can't explain, and there are some things that we can feel in our true being, in our essence. And even when you think of, for example, somebody who is on social media, like let's say they have an Instagram and they're wanting to gain a certain amount of followers. Where do we think these followers are coming from? You are manifesting specific people. You are wanting people to follow you. Does that mean that you are controlling them or that you are like making them a puppet? I don't know, but would you consider it bad? Now you start to go into this rabbit hole, which I do way too many times throughout this week, and why I make videos, because I love talking about this stuff. You go into this rabbit hole of deciphering what is good and what is bad, right? Which we do know. We do know that there is a true higher vibrational self that is navigating us, and based off of our feelings and based off of the state of consciousness we are in, that's how we know something to be good or something to be bad. You know, like if you say you are a bad person, that doesn't sit right. So we know that it's not to be true. That's not your truth. We are inherently good, we are very important, and we are very valuable people. I hope that that helps with this whole idea of controlling or like mind controlling, because it's really, at the end of the day, it is your consciousness, it is your reality. And then when you think about the amount of people in this lifetime, it just becomes irrelevant about why you need to justify yourself. And Neville Goddard has talked about this many times. He's like, you don't need to justify why or why not you are worthy of something. You don't need to justify yourself. You just need to know what you want and be clear about it and feel it into being. And repeat it and persist, be relentless in it, and don't take no for an answer. Now, let's go on to the next question. Languages. I loved this comment because I think it's so important, and I've talked about this before in one of my videos, which I will leave a link to. I've talked about language in itself, right? So when the Bible was being translated, which is primarily what Neville Goddard goes off of, and a lot of other historical figures that understood manifesting, they went off of the Bible. So the translation that he learned and was translating for us, that is very important to understand when it comes to different languages. I heard, oh, can you do thought transmission to somebody who doesn't speak the same language? Absolutely. Absolutely. And you want to know why? Because everything is frequency. Everything is frequency, vibration, energy. I have a specific example for this because I lived in Florence, Italy for a year. And during this time, when I was living there, I was learning the language. I would be sipping my coffee, and let's say there was a gentleman who was attractive, and we start to converse. Literally, I wouldn't know how to say things, but there was a connection. Why is that? Because energy, it will always be the main the main source. We all have an inherent sense of intuition. Some people call it discernment. We have that thing inside ourselves that tells us what's going on. There's our gut that really just can help us and can help guide us to what the truth is. So I hope that answers that question. You most certainly can do, be, or have anything. And what was the other comments? Willow is here now. Oh boy. If you can be, do, or have anything, why can't you? She's losing it. She's literally losing it right now. Flying all over the place. If you can be, do, or have anything, then why wouldn't your first relationship, why wouldn't one relationship with one person just work out? Why can't you make it work? And I've seen this before. Like, if you're dating or you're in some type of relationship with someone right now and things might not be aligning to your imagination, they're just not quite what you want to experience. Can't you just change what they look like? Can't you just have them say what you want them to say? Can't you just have them, you see where I'm going with this? If you can be, do, or have anything, then why even bother manifesting other things if you can just change that person? This is good. This is really good. My answer is, I don't know. The best example that I have for this is this. I wanted to find an agency, right? And during the time I was doing pageants, I've done pageants all of my life. When I was doing pageants, I was manifesting being a part of an agency. That's what I wanted. I wanted an agency. That's it. That's all I asked for, was an agency. I got an agency. Through one of the pageants, the series of circumstances was actually, that's a story for another day. But I manifested being a part of this pageant, and there was a scout from an agency there. Signed up with the agency, flew to New York, did a photo shoot, like built up my portfolio, like really just went through the whole thing, right? And then I waited, and months went by, and I was not receiving work. And then that's when I went back to the drawing board, and I said, okay, this is what I want. I want an agency. I want it to be like this. I want to be booking consistently. I want to have a lot of auditions coming in. I want this to be my full-time job. So what happened? Nothing. I got one audition like every 6 months, which is absolutely unsustainable, like especially if you're wanting to make this your career, right? That was just an audition, not actually booking it. So I said, okay, this isn't working out for me. I had waited like a year and a half, and I was like, okay, I need to not continue with this contract. I'm gonna let go from the situation, but this is what I want. The agency that I've written down, that's what I want. Then fast forward, within a matter of months, I don't really understand how much time went by, to be honest with you. I wasn't keeping track of the time, but within a couple of months, I was talking to a friend who knew a friend, and I found my agency. Now I'm doing at least, like right off of the first month, I had at least 30 auditions, which is crazy to me. Like I asked for it and I received. And honestly, again, I wasn't fully believing in it. I knew that it was possible. I knew that it existed. I knew that there were people out there getting work. But for it to become my reality and for me to have an agent that is absolutely fantastic, that was something that I wrote down, and something that I don't even care. So this is the thing. I don't care to look back and ask why. I don't care to look back and ask how. Why not that other agency? Why didn't the other agency treat me well? Why didn't they? It's not even that they didn't treat me well. I mean, it was what I asked for. It was my manifestation. I simply asked for an agency, and that's what I got. Now, was I specific about the amount of work that I wanted within my career and with that agent? No, I just wanted an agency. So you don't need to have an excuse for why you do or don't want something. And as long as you are specific about it, you don't need to go back into the past. I know that Neville Goddard, he has the whole revision scheme, which is, it works as well. You can go back into the past and kind of relive things the way that you'd like to. However, you don't need to go back into the past. You don't need to ask why things didn't work out. You don't need to ask all of these different questions, because the version of you that is ready to experience what you know to be true and what's in your imagination, that's what's waiting for you. Okay, that's all that I've got. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.